When I was a kid, when I was an adolescent, films were very exciting. You know, I'm still a kid in some sense when the lights go down and the curtain or not curtain draws and there's all that possibility. Life becomes very simple, a matter of I'm gonna watch a story and maybe be told something about myself and be transported in a way that's different to entertainment. You know, this is really showbiz.
It started with baseball, winning. For most, it ends with high school, but not for Tom. He was the #1 shortstop in his state 3 years in a row. He was recruited by every major baseball university in the country. By the time he was a sophomore in college, he had already received offers from the Cubs and Astros. But in May of his junior year, a knee injury ended any future in pro ball. With baseball out of the picture, as a lark, Tom enrolled in the film department. In his senior year, he wrote, directed, and shot a short film called On My Milky Way, a baseball movie. He entered it into one film festival and left college with a development deal at Universal.
I didn't struggle. I was very fortunate. I got a job with the studio right away. And while it was incredibly financially rewarding, it wasn't filling that need, and I didn't feel like I was fulfilling my potential, you know, or even trying to.
During his time at Universal, he was paid essentially to wait. He waited for them to okay the story ideas that he had come up with. He said he was one of the highest paid waiters in Los Angeles.
Gosh, it's been 3 years.
You've been living together?
We've been living together for a little over 3 years, actually.
And he's been writing, you've been acting.
Right. He's been doing quite well.
I realized that I had to go out and create my own opportunities. If I was going to do what I wanted to do, I had to make it happen myself.
And so Tom left to go out on his own and make Mirage.
What happened was I knew he had been talking about doing this picture, and I knew he was going to do something about it eventually. But one day he just came home and said, guess what, I quit.
If you don't do it the way they want you to do it, you get out. It's a pretty clear message.
I didn't react with incredible enthusiasm. I just went, you what?
Gunshot, and you're just goes.
Get involved in violence, you can go bone a chick. It's up to you.
I like girls.
February 5th, Mirage, Tom Paulson's first feature film, which he wrote, directed, and financed himself, wraps principal photography. On time and on budget.
So tell us a little bit about Mirage.
Mirage?
The movie?
Is that what you're here for?
These kids today, I don't know. What, I don't know. These kids, they had the hell of them.
I thought of Mirage about 5 years ago.
When Tom first explained it to me, he said that it was about a carrot and a horse. And so I thought, you know, great buddy picture, huh?
And I was literally laying in bed, and I thought, this is how I could pull this off. This is how I could make this story work.
There's the kick. It's in the air.
So I did it.
Good.
I'm reading through the script, and I realized that there's no horse. So I see the word horseshit on page 43 or 44, whatever it is. It's like, yeah, that's it. I mean, you know,
The horse was there.
the horse was there.
And it's just been a snowball rolling down a hill ever since.
I kind of got scared. Change is scary. But, and I think I was kind of mad because, not that he needs to confer with me about things, but I would have liked to have been in on the process a little more.
Well, I'm really trying not to worry about that. I just want to do the best I can. I want to compete.
And so, this is where our story begins. February 15th. Editing begins.
Cutting out this stuff, which I think is there.
At this point, Tom has already spent close to $230,000 of his own money, virtually everything he had earned during his 3 years at Universal.
Clear.
Show it again.
People are telling me that I'm crazy to spend my own money, but it's worth it. And I'm not the only one taking a risk here.
Tom has in place a distribution deal which will provide the final $80,000 needed to complete Mirage. He will now have 2 weeks to put together a very rough version of his film to show his distributor, Jerry Pfeiffer.
I figured it out. Show it again.
It doesn't make any sense to us. It won't make any sense to us at all. I don't know how many times somebody's come to me with a project, where they've spent tons of money and there's nothing to show for it. So all I'm doing is just compounding your mistakes by giving you more money.
Well, yeah, but you figured it's the danger of a film. I mean, if you don't finish, it's not like you have half a candy bar made, right? So you're telling me you're not interested?
Well, the only way we'd be interested is if we took over the whole post. You turned over the picture to us at this point, and we spend the money as necessary. But the picture is charged $80,000, and which comes out of first monies.
Well, if there's other areas to negotiate, but if your deal is firm on you taking over the picture, then there's nowhere to go. That's absolute.
Absolutely, we wouldn't give you the $80,000, but we would take over the post-production and do a tremendous job. We've finished 20 pictures, and the people I work with know what they're doing.
Well,
I'm sure we deliver a picture that you'd be happy with. You could sit in and watch if you want, but as far as having any particular part in it or helping us spend the money, then we're not interested.
Hollywood.
Okay.
Hollywood. Bringing up Daisy and bringing up Rosie.
I'm sorry.
I didn't expect the distributor to drop out, but, these things happen. And if you let those things get to you, then that's just suicide in this town.
Tom is mostly happy-go-lucky and intelligent, funny.
We're gonna go in and see Jennifer. Ready? I think she's seeing Ari, but that's none of my business or yours. Did I rag you too much at the party for being with him?
No.
You sure?
No, I didn't have any problems.
Okay, I was just kidding.
Yeah.
It's really no big deal.
What's the problem with it?
No problem.
Okay.
March 6th. Tom goes to see his old friend, businessman, Ari Barak. From its inception, Barak had advised Tom on the risk of personally financing a motion picture. And although they did not agree on that point, Ari wanted to help him in any way he could.
Well, I have a favor to ask. Okay. I have put together exactly where I'm at right now. And as you can see, I'm running a little bit behind on. I know you're not familiar with films, and I know I corralled you into doing this, and I appreciate it, but I really need you to assist me on this.
Friendship aside, Ari is first and foremost a businessman. He offers Tom a dollar-for-dollar match. If Tom could come up with $40,000 within the next 10 weeks, Ari will give him the remaining $40,000 needed to complete post-production of Mirage. A date for deposit is set, a contract is signed, and once again he is on his way.
What did you think of Hollywood when you first got here?
Hold on.
I thought I was in Apocalypse Now.
So you don't see a lot of films?
No, hardly ever.
What?
It's not a pleasant experience for me. It's no big deal. I'd prefer to go out to eat or bowl or something, I don't know.
But you're a producer anyways.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I guess it started when, I was just a kid, and I knew that theater was one thing I loved and writing was the other thing I loved, and, moving to Hollywood was the perfect mix of the two.
Occasionally I go to the theater. If I think, if the material's going to be good and I hear that there's something really going on in the theater, then I go there. It's, yeah.
Do you like what you see there?
No, pretty much no.
Cut.
Or no, are you going to dissolve out of that?
Thursday, March 9th. Tom is back at editing.
Good, straight cut. I'll spend whatever I have left to finish this thing, but I'll find the money.
Am I pretty?
You look great.
What? What do you think? Pretty enough? Because that's what's going to sell this thing. I'm not stupid. I mean, I know I need it. But it's not what keeps me going.
Hi.
Is Lauren Edwardson?
I'll check and see.
Okay.
Your name?
Tom Paulson?
Okay. There's the Tom Paulson to see you. Do you know anything about a film crew being here?
I feel like I have a reason to be here, like we all do. And,
Tom thinks he's here for a purpose, and he has something to say, and I don't think he can always voice it. It may not come out succinctly or exactly the way he wants it. He feels something, and he knows it, and he wants to be able to touch other people with it.
Tom and crew, welcome on back.
You think you can only do that in Hollywood?
I can't really do a production loan on it because normally I come in at the very beginning on those type of deals.
Okay.
And it's such a small amount, $40,000. What I'd like to do is make the loan to you personally as Tom. Do you have anything I can take as security? Marketable securities, a house?
no.
Anything?
No.
Nothing. Parents?
You can have my parents.
Thanks. Okay.
No, I just wish there was some subjective way we could get someone to... I know it doesn't work that way. It's an ideal way of thinking, but try to get someone to look at the script and make the judgment.
We could care less what it is. As long as the bonding company says it's okay and you have a distribution deal, then that's all I care about.
That's a shame it works that way.
I know.
You
You know
can't
how this
just give
town is.
You don't have the
It's
keys
pretty
to the
cut
ball.
and dry in here.
She gets out there once, I'd say once a month. Threatens to jump, never does. It's calming down now. Before you got the camera, she was yelling at him. Can't take this anymore. I think she'd just break her legs. I don't think she would kill herself. He just locked her out. There you go.
Like clockwork, huh?
Just like clockwork. Thanks for the show, Greta. Put that in your documentary.
Basically, the story's like that. It's about a guy like us who, like kind of what you're doing with your project, who just decides to take that extra step and go for it. You know, kind of not just do just the business of life, but do other things. And that's what the film's about. And ultimately, that's what their documentary's about, too.
March 16th. Tom returns to his old Hollywood lot for money.
Any questions?
But right now, while we're filming?
Yeah, what's your feelings?
As far as I know, they have the script. They're looking it over. And, they'll get back to me when they can.
I'm not really sure right now.
Really?
Yeah.
We can try, but I really don't think it's going to happen.
You shouldn't. You didn't need to film this to ask me. I mean, you could have called me. Or,
No,
I know what
I had to. They have to get this stuff.
Okay.
It's part of it. I just assume not, but they're involved, and
whatever.
That's part of my agreement with these guys. So.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Tom.
Okay.
Tom?
What?
You don't want to eat anything?
No, I'm not hungry.
Glad I invited you guys over for dinner. Well, more for you and me.
I know.
I know.
It's good though. Anyway, so your tech starts at 5. And then, I can't believe you're doing a run-through after you do the tech.
Well, that's DC. We only have we're only rehearsing 2 times before opening. That's why he wants to do a run-through on the end.
You have a deep interest in all that is artistic.
Oh, brother.
Your life will be prosperous. Yes, thank you.
Mine's classic. Cherish home and family as a special treasure. I think it was love at first sight, although, yeah, in fact, I'm positive. I think it was love at first sight for both of us, although we struggled for a couple years.
Love at first sight?
Huh? The evening promises romantic interests. Yeah.
Thank you.
What do you think of that?
Somehow Tom and I, we always ended up together. We'd go out with groups of friends and somehow it would just end up being Adele and Tom.
Yeah. But she's a very attractive woman.
He was really, wasn't necessarily materialistic on purpose. He was just kind of materialistic. You know, he drove a BMW and lived in Laguna.
He realizes.
I went to this huge party. It was huge. It was like 1,500 people. Of course, I invited Tom, and at the end of the night, the party was breaking up. And I was, you know, actors are very touchy-feely, and I was hugging all my friends goodbye. And Tom came up, and, you know, I went to hug him goodbye. And we had this moment. We, like, looked at each other, and he said, "I love you." And I went, "Oh, I love you too, Tom." You know, like, oh, God, we can finally be friends. And I found out later that that's the moment he was really trying to tell me that he was in love with me.
What do you think of that?
I love that story. It is.
Tom, I ran into Ruth Ornstein the other day. She said this lady gave her 50 grand for her movie.
Give me a break. Who?
Her name was Michael Lee.
I wonder if she's listening.
I mean, she just put 50 grand in Ruth's movie, so I don't know.
Okay. Mike Lee.
Mm-hmm.
A female.
A female.
That's a cool name.
I imagine it's Michelle, huh?
Listen, I'm sitting home here. I'm waiting for the right tapes to be delivered. I want them now. So I know. I can't wait. No. What? I'm looking at something I've seen three months ago. I don't want to see that. I want to see what's. Well, where is it? Okay. Yep. I'm here for another hour. Now. Hi.
Hello.
So, talk to me. What?
Well, I'm in the process of looking for other people to put money behind Mirage, and
Who backed this?
I did.
You?
Yeah.
May I ask what the budget is?
$250,000. It's a small budget,
It is.
but it's a good film. I mean, I think the film's made for that kind of budget, actually.
And what are your problems?
Well, we're right now in the process of editing it, and we have run a little bit over, and I think it's a normal part of the process, looking for money, so.
I do have a marginal interest. I do. There's some good stuff here, and that's rare.
Okay.
Believe me, in this town. And I might be into helping you. And I got to be honest with you. I see a couple things that I feel would benefit from some change. And another little problem.
Okay.
The whole ending has to go.
I understand exactly what people are saying with that, but when Mirage is examining a guy who Do you have to go somewhere?
No, go.
I'll make it quick.
Go.
Okay. Mirage is examining a guy who is failing. It examines a guy who's trying, but it's not about, you know, success and winning. It's examining what happens when someone's failing, and I think it's important that he does fail for the audience to believe the whole story. I think if you turn it, if you tell this whole story about this decline and you turn it around to turn him into a hero, then it's not real. It's not part of the story.
Okay. Believable. We make it believable.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Believable is secondary. We can't relate to him. We don't feel what he's feeling. We don't get it. I don't know. Honey, if it's important to you, it's important. Instead of ending on such a down note, we turn it around. Little problem, it's fixable, really. Those movies don't make money. Easy to change. More romance. Not strong enough. Too whiny.
I think exactly
Am I
what you
looking
want
too
to do.
bitchy? Okay. We want to see a fairy tale. We want to see a happy ending.
Because sometimes you do have to compromise yourself and you have to change a story or lower your standards a little bit. And I think once you move to Hollywood, the writer wants to keep their standards high while lowering them at the same time.
And possibly feel guilty as hell about it. And they do it anyway. Because it sells.
You write something that you don't really believe in, and it's not as good as it can be. And when you do try to slip in something that you believe in, I mean, it changes, it gets rechanged, it gets tested, retested, modified, remodified, tested in front of a bunch of people at a mall, and you go watch it and it doesn't even look like anything you originally intended.
It's a business. I give you what you want, you pay me for it. There's no deeper level to it.
Yeah, it's the norm. The unexpected is the norm in this business. Some great man said that. It's probably norm, huh? Probably norm.
March 30th. 2 more weeks have passed, and Tom has been unable to raise the $40,000 needed to match investor Ari Barak. So he decides to take what money he has left and complete a rough cut or rough version of Mirage, hoping that by showing it to potential buyers, distributors, and investors, he will either sell the film or get the $40,000 he needs.
And we were wondering what it would take to get someone down here to a rough cut to take a look at it. 24th. Well, it's along the lines of Sex, Lies, and Videotape, but it's no, mostly stage actors. 35 millimeter. Who? Okay. Look, do you think is there any chance I could call him before the 24th to see? Yeah, just to confirm. Right. Well, no, I appreciate your time. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Just a second. There was a. Yeah, thank you. I know where it is. What was that sound? It sounded like something was catching. That's all right. Okay.
Hi, is Mr. Rhodes in, please? Well, it's along the lines of Sex, Lies, and Videotape. It's not like that, but if you just come to the rough cut, you can see. You are a character. And we've just recently completed a film called Mirage.
All right, at normal speed. Watch. On to the next part, as far as I'm concerned. What do you say?
Do you want me to come down and pick you up?
Ta-da. All right.
Oh, I got a call. Yeah, fine. Hello. Whatever it takes to get you to come see it.
Yes. Yes. All right.
Yes.
What do you think?
That's
Here, take a look.
perfect.
Take a look at it.
That's good. Please come to the rough cut. I knew you would.
What did you do? I did my job. That's what I did.
So what did you do? Something was missing. Indeed. Yes. Well, okay. Thank you for your time. All right. Bye-bye. don't know what you want to do. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to do.
I've been very. I mean, I don't know how I can make it more clear, Tom. We got to stick it in. We've got to explain why it happens.
Why?
Otherwise, why?
Why?
Have you heard this somewhere before?
Well, you know, it looks like a children's book if you want to do it that way. Okay. Why can't?
No, it'll
why
make it
can't we-
interesting. A children's book.
Look. Why can't we let the audience decide?
All you have are ideas of who you want to be.
It works.
It doesn't work, Tom. What you have is you have a presentation of facts. You don't have a movie. You got a lecture. It's a ridiculous way to make a movie. This way we know.
Okay, what do you mean by vague?
It's done.
It's not done because I don't want to spell out.
I'm not that happy with it.
Happens.
I'm not.
Well,
but it's better than it
neither
was.
am I.
It's better than the way you want to do it. Look, Tom, I'm right. I'm tired of defending myself. I'm right. Let's move on.
Take that cut out.
No, I have several times in this thing gone against my wishes. We see the beginning. We see him talk about it. We see him walking out of the office. We don't see anything in between. We have no idea, no fucking clue. You've given me no leeway, at least not the last couple of weeks. I'm tired of it. I got another job coming up. I don't mean this as an insult, but you don't have a clue as to what the best way of doing it is. That's not an insult. That's just a statement of fact.
None taken.
Wait a second. I know what you say. I know what I'm.
Yes, you do
well,
know what
then
you're doing.
fine.
I give
Well,
you
then
a lot
let me
of
put the
leeway
damn
on
thing
it.
in there.
Look, this is the script. You read the script.
Yeah, I read
You
the
said
script.
you wanted to do
Yeah.
it. Why?
Yes, with
why?
weaknesses. There are weaknesses in it. You can make it clearer.
Well, you know.
God, I mean, we've just been going at this thing, and
Craig, this is the cut. This is the cut. Period. I'm tired. I have to finish this. I don't have time to pussyfoot around with you anymore. And I'm sorry. But you have to make this cut.
no fucking way. No. I mean, if
Well,
you want to continue working with me, I'll do this. If you don't want to continue working with me, you go ahead. You know how to.
Well,
just go right ahead and do it yourself. I'll get you somebody else to work with you, maybe.
Are you saying you're quitting?
Yes. Isn't that an irony? Jesus. Yeah.
Fine. Look how young he looks. What a classic. Most of my cards are from '69. That's one of my favorites. How much is that worth? That's about a $200 card. Used to be, remember when you'd get the cards and you'd stick them in your bike spokes? You remember that? Take the best players and try to save them. I can remember when cards were a penny. It was just tops, and now they have like Flair and Don Russ and Leaf and Upper Deck and Upper Deck Solo, and pack of cards can cost $8 now. That's enough.
Saturday, April 29th, the night of the rough cut arrives. Tom has rented a screening room for an 8 o'clock showing and invited nearly 100 guests. Friends, cast, crew, and more importantly, potential film buyers, investors, and distributors.
David O'Sullivan.
You got it. How are you? Good to see you.
I'd get the name.
Come here. Right there.
Right there.
You got it. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I mean,
what are you doing here?
Or taking her back.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I mean, they're going to put on my tombstone, he forgot to pick her up.
Hey, Carlos, how are you? Good. Good.
Doing a film, huh?
Yeah, you bet. Doing a film. Come see it when it comes out.
Yeah.
Good job. Guy's a jerk.
You learned how to play the game, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I'm learning. You know, I started out pretty
I was a nice guy when I started this thing.
Yeah.
You know, but
Who else is coming tonight?
Jack's coming. Yeah, some of the cast people, crew people. I believe we got a distributor coming, which is good for us. Blue Line, are you familiar with them? Blue Line? No? Okay. You're doing good.
I got lipstick on.
You get some on my cheek?
No.
Okay.
Just got on your lip.
I don't think as many people are showing up here as I need to. But I want you to remember, this is a rough cut.
I remember. It's
Okay.
I just, I just don't know if I can stay after the. I may have to talk to you tomorrow because I have another engagement.
But you're gonna stay for the whole thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You sure?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No. I'll
I mean, I don't mean to sound paranoid or anything.
No. I just in case.
Fine.
I have to leave after.
Okay, if you don't, I mean, I'd like to get your, because a lot of times the first reaction right afterwards is I'm pretty much the most honest. So. But if you have a chance to think about it, you know, maybe it'll be good too. So.
Nice place.
Yeah. No, can you just give me about 5 minutes? Yeah, 5. I'm not gonna go in. I can't go in. I can't. Tell me how it goes. Look around and see what people say.
All right.
Look at Ari. See what he says.
All right.
And if he tries to leave, don't let him.
Well, he looks like
Mirage is about a guy who's bored with his life. And one day he decides to take the cars and the suits and the big checks and chuck them all away and follow his dream, even though everyone warns him against it.
I really want to see it. I want to see his vision. It's hard to, sometimes when you read something, to just say, sometimes you can't read something and make an immediate decision and say that's great or it's bad. You have to see it.
It's about taking the risk to change your life, to lead your life and not be led by it. He realizes there's so much more to life. If he could just overcome that fear of failure or success.
I think he's doing okay, and it's been taking up a lot of his time, but I've been learning to deal with that, and I have to let him do that, and I hope this really works for him. I want to support him.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Hey! I have to, but it's interesting. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay? I have to.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Bye.
I'll call you first thing.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
It's great.
Hey.
I loved it.
Appreciate it.
It was very interesting.
Interesting. Thanks.
It was just so refreshing.
Oh, really?
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
There's some really interesting stuff there.
I'm good. Good. I want you to call me. I'll see you later. I'll call you.
It's good. It was real good.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
I missed the horse.
Did you? Did you miss the horse, Jack?
Did R.A. say anything?
Yeah. He said it was
I
interesting.
saw him jam out of here.
He went
I don't know.
I don't want to overinterpret. Yeah, he told me before he came here that he had a
had to
meeting.
go.
So, yeah. So, I'll meet you guys at the. I gotta help these guys. I gotta pick up the reel. All right.
Bye.
Other than Ari Barak, none of the other investors Tom had invited showed up that evening.
We're so tied up in this winning and losing thing, and it's really about the journey. And if you're gonna take the journey, you're gonna have to learn how to deal with failure. And those aren't the films that you made.
Not at all. That's not the kind of film that there is any call for in this country. There's no need for it. There's no response for it.
I think when you are the idealistic teenager looking in Hollywood and you think that everyone will be able to do exactly as they want and the audience will eat it up, it does bother you when you are new to town. But I think it's a give and take, and you've got to accept that that's part of it. It shouldn't be all of it, but it definitely is part of it.
Do you have any idea why the public's afraid of things like that?
It's a little out of the scope of this interview, I think.
I just want to finish, and then people will know what I'm talking about. It's like a painting. If it's a vision, it has to be itself for itself. The painter doesn't worry about what size the canvas is, or if he uses a certain color, maybe yellow's in, it'll be more sellable or more marketable, or he doesn't decide if I put a small picture of Kevin Costner in here, it'll sell. He just takes what is in his head and his heart and he puts it down on canvas. I just want to take my painting and put it down on film.
You can be very private in public, and people don't realize that. They don't know really necessarily what you're feeling, but you're having something personal in front of people. And it's hard not to get fed up when you keep going out for something or you always come this close to something.
How'd it go? It's gonna take about 3 months.
3 months for.
Find out if they can give me any sort of a grant.
So, where to next?
Hi guys. I'm getting accustomed to their faces. I'm beginning to feel like this is your life.
Yeah, well, they are my life right about now.
What's this group?
Well, what I need is for you just to push back the 27th. And I've done everything I can to avoid coming in here and ask you to do this.
No, Tom. Jesus. You sure you want it on camera?
You know, they've seen everything.
It's just becoming a pain in the ass.
Turn off the camera.
You got to have what? You know what you're gonna have? You're gonna have nothing, Frank. You're gonna have nothing. If I don't finish this film, if I don't get this help, I don't finish. You would ask us to turn it off. How many times? We're doing a documentary, for Christ's sake.
How about I can give you until the 30th? Why are you laughing?
Well, that's 3 days. It's not really gonna help.
Tom, that's all I can give you.
Well, I know, but I was just anticipating maybe walking in here when you might just say, go ahead and...
I'd love to. I can't.
It's not going to be enough. I need more than 3 days. And look, I've come in here, I've told you my situation.
Tom, I'd love to give you more than
with
3 days. I can't. I just don't have more than 3 days. That's all I have.
Really?
Yes. I'm sorry. We made an agreement, right?
Okay, all right.
Better come up with the 40,000 by May 30th, and we both take 2 checks. We both go to the bank. We both deposit it, and that's it. Okay?
Adele, how do you think things are going now?
Well, you probably know better than I do. You're watching this whole thing. You're seeing it. I'm just seeing I'm just seeing part of it.
Is that what this is about? You're coming to check out how much cash I got to give you, or what?
I gotta leave in 55 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Something I could do for you, you and your friends? 24 years.
24 years.
Way up there.
But for the blood, we could be brothers.
Something wrong with your blood I should know about?
And in the end, when he ends up killing himself,
Wow.
I mean, it's a path of destruction this guy goes through.
Wow. So this isn't like investment time. This isn't time where you're raising money and you're
This is
time.
scramble time.
Well, what happens if you don't raise the money?
I'm in between you and me.
Well, and,
I'm in
and your
deep
friends.
shit
Because of why?
because it's basically a match I have with a guy, and I have to have the money. I have to have the money by the 27th.
God, you're like Jerry Brown, for crying out loud.
I feel like it.
Running around. Where's your 800 number?
What situation are you in?
Don't, you can't ask me, okay? It's just too late.
You mean you... I'm sorry, but...
You can't ask me.
Well, I don't have it. You're welcome to everything I have. It's right there in that suitcase.
I mean, you know me. You know how I live.
Oh, I know.
I mean, for me to give you more than that, I have to go and borrow it.
No, I don't want you to do that. No. You sure? Well, it'll help. Yes. No, I don't want to call him. You know what he would say? You know what he... Yes, you do. Well, I called him already. Yeah. Look, Mom, if you could overnight that... No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Fine. Oh, yeah, Okay. I gotta get going. I love you too. Bye-bye. Jules! How are you, sir?
I'm happy. I got the Yankees going.
Oh, you have the Yankees on? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Is it better than my 401k investment of 8%?
Well, this is a potential risk here.
Yeah, I know there is.
And the key is I have to have it within 2 days. That's my agreement. I have to have it.
I could definitely do it. Sounds like you're pretty big on it too. So
The key is is the time element.
10 grand tomorrow.
Yeah.
Will you be there for me?
I'll be there.
10 grand's a lot of money.
I know.
A lot of money.
I know it's a lot.
There's not many people I'd port 10 grand with.
Well, I won't let you down.
All right.
I promise.
You better not, because I want to buy a house.
Okay.
On top of what I own here already.
Okay.
But I can give you 10 grand.
Great. That's fucking great, man. I appreciate that.
It's scary. I know
Tell
it's
me.
scary for you. Because to ask somebody else for money has got to be scary. But yours is solid as the day is long, so, you know. I respect and trust your business acumen, particularly in this area, so. I can give you a post-dated check today if you need it.
Okay, I'll take
do
it.
that. Who gonna make it out to Tom?
This is the lead actor in Mirage, Jackie. Say hi.
Hi.
Shut up.
Fine.
I'm gonna help.
Close the door, please. please. Who are you borrowing money from? Who are you borrowing money from? Are you borrowing money from our friends?
Yeah. Yeah, so what?
So why wouldn't you tell me what you're doing?
So why would I?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, you know, Adele, I just didn't think it was that big a deal.
I've been paying the rent. Don't tell me it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, I
That's
see.
bullshit.
You're upset because you have to pay the rent.
No, I'm upset because you haven't been honest with me.
Hey, this is hardly tantamount to being honest with you, Adele.
Can we not talk about this right now, please?
No, we're going to talk about it right now.
Why can't you tell me what you're doing?
Adele, you know what? This is a business, okay? This is a business. What do you want me to do? Check everything before I do
This is
anything?
not business anymore. We're talking about a relationship. Don't you see you can't even separate your life from your business? You don't even have a fucking life. If you do, I don't see it.
Well, this is my life.
I can't do this anymore. I can do it. Do it all. Put it all away. Are you getting this?
In film school, they told us that the camera never lies. But does it tell the truth?
If you haven't noticed, Tom, at least in the perspective of our relationship, Tom and I are having a difficult time.
Do you think Mirage is the reason for that?
Well, you know, the bottom line fact is he's making his first film, and that's great, and that would be great for a lot of people. It would be great for anybody. And, you know, it would even be great if he didn't finish the thing, but with you guys watching him, if he doesn't finish it, he's going to be a failure. And don't you think that by watching him, you're portraying this person that's a failure, and he's not. Even if he fails at making this, he's not. And no matter what happens to him, you guys are going to get your film. You're going to get yours. And you get to pick what's important in his life, and you can decide what's not important in his life. And you can portray him any way you want. And for that matter, you're going to end up portraying me any way you want. And this is going to be just like the other night. I'm going to come off as like Ice Queen or Princess Bitch or something, and that's not fair. We're under a microscope. We can't have a normal life. And I don't mean to get mad at you, and I know Tom said that this is fine for you guys to be doing this, but every minute of the day you guys are around. He doesn't talk to me. In fact, he doesn't talk unless you guys are there. I don't think he feels comfortable talking to me anymore unless you guys are in the room, because then all he has to do is look at the camera and talk about his movie, which is what's important to him. Anyway, getting back to your question, I don't think it's just Mirage. I don't think Mirage has been unhealthy for him. I think the atmosphere that we're in right now has been unhealthy, really unhealthy for him. And maybe you know something I don't. I'm sorry.
Adele, sorry. Could we have you in like 5 minutes or so?
Yeah, be there in just a minute.
You think it would be best if we left?
Left altogether and stopped documenting this person's life. If it were up to me, in all honesty, and probably for all selfish reasons, I would say yes. It's not up to me, although I wasn't part of the decision at all. I've been, I feel like I've been imposed upon, and at first this was kind of fun, but no one asked me if this was going to be okay, and because I'm part of Tom's life, I'm going to be part of this documentary. And if you look at him and you watch him, which you're doing every minute of the day, and you had to make a decision about what was going to be best for him, I think you would honestly tell yourself it's probably best if you weren't doing this.
Adele moved out 2 days later.
Responsibility.
As far as the content of what you're...
This is show business.
I don't know why that surprises me. I knew that when I started, but it's funny because if you ask the people in the studio system, who decides what people see? Who decides? They'll say the people, and that may be right. But lately I'm wondering who's deciding what people aren't seeing.
Yeah. Who's really responsible? What does that tell you about the value placed on content in films? We get paid by you. The only reason I'm afraid or leery of content in films or meaning is because you are.
That's the inside. You can't see too well. This one that you can't see. Don't yourself.
Not yourself.
Tim, it's to this point. It's like the character. If I don't...
Adam, would you go, please, play in your room? Please, Adam. Do you want to talk about this without the cameras on?
All right. These guys.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Adam. These guys have been, they've been with me the whole time, and I just come to an agreement that we would no longer avoid, I wouldn't avoid them.
Adam, I'm sorry. Please, could you please? What if you just postpone this for a while until you get some money for it? Well, since you don't have money for it, how?
I can't. I can't. There's no way.
Why can't you just stop?
I mean, it has to keep moving. If it stops, it doesn't go. It doesn't move. You know how stuff like that works.
I know, but when it gets to a point when
something's going to happen, but that's what happens when it gets to those points. When it gets to those points in life, you got to do something about it. You decided you were going to move. It got to a point where you could have said, well, there's nothing else to do. I could just sit here and fold, but you went out and you did something. You made a radical decision and you moved.
Right, but
it's the same concept.
Well, sort of. If we couldn't move, then I'd accept the fact that we couldn't move.
But you would think of something else. Moving wasn't an option at one time. Now it is. You figured out a way to make it work.
Right.
You kept it moving forward. That's
yes.
all I'm saying.
No, but sometimes it takes a while. You need to take a break to keep it going forward. I don't understand.
But what happens most of the time you take that break? No, hold on. What happens most of the time you take that break? It never gets done, does it? Most of the time. And this thing is stalling.
You keep saying it. They don't get done. I mean, this is some deep psychological. I mean, what? It's a good thing. It's a very creative piece. It's very funny. It's got a lot of great stuff in it. It'll get done, but it's not like your life
I mean, your life will go on if this gets done or this doesn't get done. So that's my point. Is I guess what I'm trying to say is, things will happen anyway. I mean, it's not worth tearing yourself apart about this. It's just not worth it.
It's fucked, man.
Well, you took the responsibility on this when you began, and you didn't ask people when you began to commit to anything. So you're catching people off guard and you're surprising people. You know, this was supposed to be an enjoyable experience. I mean, not a negative thing, you know? I mean, it's...
Well, It is. You know, and when I get done, everybody will understand, you know, why I did it. I mean, you told me, I told you that when I started this, it wasn't going to be easy, and there were going to be a lot of problems and a lot of, and you know, here I am. I just wanted to bend your ear, actually, because you know, we always seem to figure things out.
Well, I think you should take a little break from this.
Well, I don't.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'll see you. And I'll see you when I finish this thing going. Okay.
All right, so we'll get together. Tell Adele. Let her know what her schedule's like.
Okay.
We'll all get together.
All right. I'll see you.
See ya.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Call me if there's anything else.
Okay.
Bye.
All right.
I'm going to have the money. I'm going to have the money by next week.
Tom.
All right. 1 week.
I know what you no can do. I told you I cannot extend past the 30th. There's just no way.
All right. What was our original date?
The 27th.
And what day did you extend to?
The 30th.
Do you know what 2 days fall between that?
Yes, I know.
What 2 days?
It doesn't make any difference.
What? Just humor me. Humor me, all
It's
right?
the weekend, I know. But that's all I can extend.
I've asked you for 1 week from our original date. I'm asking you. All right, please, don't make me beg. 1 week. Give me 1 week.
I can't. You see, because
you can. You can.
No. Why don't you go get money somewhere else?
Laurie, there is nowhere else. There's nowhere else to go this, and you know that. You're killing momentum right now. You're killing it.
If you want to finish this film, all you have to do, first of all, you have to behave yourself because
All right, I will finish, okay?
Well, fine.
Be sure
you'll
of that.
finish, but not with my money. Not if you don't come up with the money by the 30th. Listen to me for a second.
I'm listening.
I have a great investment deal on the 31st. If I don't take it, if I decide to give you to wait for you with $40,000 in limbo, and I don't invest in something else, I lost the other deal. If you don't come up with your money, you don't make the movie, I'm fucked. I'm fucked from both sides.
You know what? Calm down, okay? I'm desperate. Are you happy? I'm
No,
desperate.
I'm not happy.
You want to know why I'm desperate? Because I came in here and I asked for 1 week, and you come up with some bullshit. It's a business decision. Come on! God, some deadline crap. You know I need your help, and you're yanking me off completely.
I'm not yanking you off. There was a very good reason why I insisted on a certain date. Don't nod your head.
You know what?
Look. If you don't come up with the money by the 30th, come up with the money. I'm losing.
You can represent this however you want, okay? I know the whole deadline.
If you're gonna be able to, wait, don't you do that, or otherwise you get the hell out of here.
Okay, you know,
I don't have to deal with you. I don't have to deal with you like that. Can somebody talk to this guy?
All right, I understand your point.
No,
I
you
understand
don't.
your point.
Apparently you don't.
I do. I want to move on.
Jesus Christ, you cannot talk to. I cannot give you the money. Damn, Jesus. Okay. I'm sorry. You wanted the truth? I didn't like it. I hated it. And I just don't I don't understand it. I don't think you understand it. And it's not the same film that I read. It's I don't know what the hell happened to it. No, please. Fuck, it's really, you're making me feel so guilty. Look, I'm not a critic. Maybe it's a great movie, but I doubt it. My business sense tells me that you won't be able to make a dime on it, so I think it's much better for you to just move on. Tom. You guys talk to this guy. I don't know what to do. He's not listening to me. I don't know what else to do with him. I just don't. I feel guilty. I feel like shit. I feel like shit.
You know, I don't think we should be motivated by money. I don't. I'm not motivated by money. There's other reasons to be, to do things, and I think that's a dangerous way to be motivated.
Not if you want to make the big bucks.
Right. And you want to make the big bucks.
Well, sure. I mean, I want to make a living as a writer, and better to do it in one large chunk than a lot of small ones.
Think you're a little jaded, maybe?
No. Jaded? No. I'm flowing with the stream. I'm riding the horse in the direction it's going.
And the other way doesn't work?
There is no other way.
If you don't do it the way they want you to do it, you get out. It's a pretty clear message.
I give you what you want, you pay me for it. There's no deeper level to it.
So why do you stay here?
Well, I guess it's because I don't think that Gulf and Sony can do it on their own. They need me. They need writers and producers and actors who are going to show some of themselves. And we've got the opportunity to do that. And, if you want to be a little corny about it, we've got the obligation to do that. We're that mirror that you've got to check no matter how ugly you are. And hopefully in that mirror you'll see something, and hopefully you'll see part of yourself.
You're like a vulture sometimes. I like you, Tom. But you guys are just... That's not our intent, okay? Can we do this? Sure. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Can you tell me how you feel? I would just really rather not go into that right now. Okay. Do you know what you're going to do next? Can you help me? Can I help you? Can you help me? Tom. No, I don't think I can. Why not? Even if I could, I couldn't. Frank, you give me the money. I finish my film. People see my film, and then they go see your documentary. Really? I'm not going to turn this into Ari. Don't get defensive. Okay. But I finish my film. Tom, I'm doing a documentary. I understand. Not a movie. Well, this is going to be a pretty silly ending. You got to admit. If this is it. As far as this documentary goes? Mm-hmm. I'd like to see you finish, yes. I would. I would. But that... I can't do that as far as... Why not? Because as far as my film's concerned, it doesn't really matter. I don't think we can stop here, so we're gonna have to do this. I'm not even packed or anything. I mean, I need you to go. I mean, I can't have you not go. What's the word, boy? Shh. Coming?
that correct?
Tom returned to his room 3 hours later.
How'd it go? Tom? You all right?
What?
Are you all right? Huh?
Look, you know, I'd just like to be left alone, okay? If you don't mind.
What? How'd it go? Can you tell us how it went?
I'd just like to be left alone.
You don't want to tell us? Okay. All right. Let's pack this up and go and get started.
No, just leave it, will you? Just pack it up tomorrow.
All right. Let's cut it here. We'll come back in the morning.
You know, I hope you can hear me. I can't figure that out. But, I can't fuck up anymore. I'm wrong. Things don't work out the way I think they should. And I can go on. But I can't fuck up anymore. And I hope you forgive me. And I hope you understand why I'm doing this. Because it might make a difference to someone someday, you know? But I know it's the right thing to do.
It started with baseball. Winning.
But with you guys watching him, if he doesn't finish it, he's going to be a failure.
We're so tied up in this winning and losing thing. And it's really about the journey. And if you're going to take the journey, you're going to have to learn how to deal with failure. But I don't think that he did what he did because he couldn't finish. In that moment in his life when he was going to die, the only thing he had left to do was to perform.
Tom won the money that night. He had enough to go on. But we didn't know that at the time. He had $50,000 in cash on him.
And winning's the only thing that matters, period.
That's no secret.
And that's not what it's about. It's about the trip. And whatever the outcome is, you know, you just accept it and you move on. Now he had to finish.
The first time in my whole life.
He had to finish it, and he knew that it wasn't going to be what he wanted it to be.
And no matter what happens to him, you guys are going to get your film. You're going to get yours.
I don't know if you're ever going to understand this.
But
through baseball, school, and the studio, the outcome was always the same. He couldn't lose. He accepted that, and he moved on. And when he finally got there, he realized that the whole thing, the entire process, all his promise, had come down to a single bet, based on a movie about failure, something even he didn't want to see.
Are we going to be here much longer? Because I've got to go sell my soul over at Warner's.
Is there something else?
So how'd you feel about this interview? Good. You want to do it again? No.
In hindsight, do you feel in any way responsible for what happened to Tom?
You gonna turn the camera off? Please.